As you can see, I'm going through some stuff. I'm going to have to give away some of this stuff. Some of the sheets. Going through some clothes and stuff. Yeah. Some of this stuff I'm giving away because I don't really need it. It's all clean. It's all clean. I'm not going to really need it. Because I'm traveling. And some of the raggedy stuff I throw away. I don't really give that away. You know, stuff like that I won't even keep. And I'm not gonna be on any section A or anything like that, because I already told them people about themselves, and I was going through this mo issue and stuff. I didn't want to continue on to yeah, this is the stuff right here that I'm keeping, but all these sheets and stuff is gonna have to leave. It's gonna have to leave because I don't I'm gonna be visiting relatives and stuff, traveling. So when I'm traveling, they gonna have time to. I'm not gonna have time. Hey, baby.
Hi.
Hi, I'm on video. I'm not gonna have time. She's supposed to be in school. I forgot it was school today. So I was up all day anyway doing her hair and fell asleep. I really forgot it was school today. I hope, and you know, her school really likes her a lot. You know, they really like her a lot. They really rejoice in having her, but she has to go. I'm doing what I have to do for my sanity, for my health. You know, and I just believe I went through too much in this apartment. You know, I'm going to see if my mother wants me to keep, or my family members want me to keep the sheets or not. But I think I should just give them away, because I think I shouldn't take all this stuff with me. You know, some things you don't have to take with you if you're traveling, you know. Some of the stuff I'm not going to take with me. I'm going to have to give my friends that's here to help me take this to somewhere like Save Us or something. Save Us will be happy to have these sheets. Are you excited about leaving?
Yes.
You are? Yeah, we going with relatives. Mama need a little help with her health. So she's going to be going. She's going to be
with my grandma.
Yeah.
But how many rooms?
Jada, don't say too much on camera, okay?
Oh.
Because some people don't need to know where you're going, but we're going to be traveling to go see our family members. Because, you know, some people shouldn't know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? Some people shouldn't know, you know. And I'm getting out of this apartment for a reason. You know, it's the reason why I'm leaving. And first of all, I have a heart issue. Second of all, I didn't like where I was staying. It has nothing to do with the school. It has nothing to do with them people. You know, I'm leaving because this was not. I really didn't really want to stay in Tucson, Arizona, because I spent too much time. You know, I spent too much time in Tucson. I spent too much time, you know, going through a lot. It's just time to leave. That's what it is. And I'm not really worried about that trumpet instrument. Actually, my mama said, just let that stuff go. Just let it go. She said, sometimes when you let things go, even if people treated you bad in life, sometimes it's best to let things go, because then you got a blessing that's coming your way in the future. You know, don't hold on to anything that them people did wrong to you at those apartments. Just let it go. Let God deal with a lot of things, because guess what? When people do you wrong, and my mom has always said this, when people have done you wrong in life, it all comes back. Just like with my child's father, I pulled him in when he was homeless. I pulled him in when he was homeless, when he didn't have anything. And it was not to brag about it. Don't ever think that people are bragging about the good things they do for people. Actually, it's for you to recognize what people are doing for you. It's not that they're bragging about the good things they did for you. It's because they want you to remember all the good things they did for you. Get away from the word boasting. I always hear people say, oh, oh, she or he is boasting about the good things they did or the good things they have. Actually, people like that appreciate what they had. So get away from the word boasting. Stop using the word boasting. Stop using the words, oh, she just bragging. Nah, ain't nobody just bragging. They telling you what was true. They telling you that they care. They telling you what they had, what they used to have, or what they were happy to have. That's why I said that a lot of these people in Tucson, Arizona, and this was a Mexican neighbor that said, black people just be boasting. No, we're not. We are grateful for what we had or what we have. People mindsets has to change. Change your mindset. Just like this one guy, when I call him babe, this is when you talk about change. Changing your mindset. He was so negative. He thought that I was flirting with him for calling him babe. And I said, excuse me, I don't know your name. I forgot. Can you please stop? I forgot your name. I forgot your name. Maybe I forgot your name to call you babe. Maybe because I didn't remember your name. Or if somebody call you beautiful, it's because they want to see you as beauty. Okay? If they call you beautiful, or if they call you honey, they want you to be nice. Honey is sweet, meaning they want you to be nice. They want you to be sweet. You have to change your negative man. It don't mean someone is flirting with you. It just means that person is just being nice. They don't know you that well. You don't come towards people being mean when you first meet them. Because it's not, I don't have a reason to be mean to some people. They didn't do anything to me for me to be mean to them. That's why I said there's a lot of negative people here in Tucson that I did not like. I'm not a negative person. I've always been a positive person. If a man call me pretty or call me good looking, I don't think they flirting with me. No, I don't. I don't think he knows my name. Actually, I'm like, oh, he don't know my name. But thank you for calling me that. Some people deserve a compliment. Some people deserve a compliment, but I didn't deserve a compliment. Oh, she got a big booty. That's sexual harassment. Some compliments come across as sexual harassment. You have to be really careful what you're saying to some women. And first of all, I was married. He was really disrespectful. Very disrespectful. Oh, she got a big booty. Oh, she looks so sexy. No, you don't tell no married woman as a man that she's looking sexy or she got a big booty. I took that very, to be honest, I took it like sexual harassment. To be honest, I did. I mean, people don't come right off and tell you that. But I was like, well, I paused for a minute in that conversation. Just the pause itself alone does the talking. The pause. I didn't say anything. When he said, oh, you got a big booty, I paused. And I was about to hang up that phone, but I said, no, I'm going to stay on this phone and I'm going to see will he say something other than what he could say. And me, I'm not going to lie. It was temptation. And I was getting a little heated, a little horny, because I have not been touched. But in a way, it's kind of like a sexual harassment thing in a way when you look at it, because I'm a married woman. And I said to this person, all I wanted was a friend. Listen to what people say to you, okay? Listen. That's why I say change your mindset, change the way you say things too to people. Because guess what? A lot of women, and when I got off that phone, I called the person back. Turns out it was a woman. It was a woman that picked up. And I said, excuse me, a Joshua called me at this number. You know, I said that I was talking to him as a friend. I'm a married woman, first of all. I don't think he respect the fact of me being a married woman. I don't think he heard me when I said that just friends. He was asking me about being his girlfriend, and I got really upset. I got very upset about that in a way. And I really was starting not to hear him because I was cooking. I was cooking and I was paying attention to my children. My mind is focused on my children and focusing on that conversation too because he called me. You know. No, it was offensive. You know, you don't you don't tell no woman they got no big booty when you first meet them. You don't do that. You don't do that. It's highly disrespectful, especially if she tell you she married. That was very disrespectful. I really didn't like that because some comments are not acceptable. And now, if he would have said, "Oh, you're a very beautiful woman. You know, you're pretty, you're smart, now that's acceptable. That's acceptable. But if she tells you she's married and you tell her she got a big booty, that's like that come across sexual harassment and flirtatious. Some flirtatious things come across as sexual harassment. It could be sexual harassment. Sometimes other women may pause. A woman with respect would pause for a minute, and that's what I did. I paused. It was a little gap in that conversation. It was a little gap there that needed to be filled. He could have been saying sorry. He should have said sorry. Oh, sorry for saying that. I didn't mean to. Yeah, it means sexual. Oh, she got a big booty. So you're looking at her as a sexual woman. You're not looking at her as a friend. That's not what's on his mind. So, again, I have a lot of things I have to pack up, and I have to pack up. Okay, I'm keeping this. That is I'm keeping. My mom will be in town shortly. Some stuff I'm keeping, some things I'm not keeping. Those pillowcases don't have to be here. Some of them can stay, some of them don't have to stay. Some of this stuff could go. I'm just going to give it away. I'm going to have my friend to take me to the store and drop this off since I don't have a car. So I can have everything ready to go, All this stuff is leaving. It's all leaving. It can go to Save Us or go to Goodwill. Somebody could use this. Somebody can use these things. That's why I don't vandalize anything. Like I said, most people, some of these people in Tucson was very negative. I was not really happy with the thoughts, the type of thoughts they have. Example, I don't mean to bring her name up. I don't mean to bring this woman up. I'm not going to say her name, but this Latina. I remember screaming because I was unsafe in the apartment. And just a flashback on it, if I was a landlord like her, and if somebody scream at me and say they unsafe, or they been put in a bad situation before, and they have things going on in their apartment that's not good, the first thing I would do as a manager, see me, I don't fear most behaviors. What I would do, because I used to work in the behavioral health field. In that situation, what I would have did, if I heard somebody scream on the phone and cried, the first thing I would do was walk over to their apartment and I will say, relax. Everything will be fine. Whatever has triggered your behavior, I am sorry that happened, and everything will be fine for this day forward. What has happened for you to scream like that? See, that's how I would have dealt with it. That's how I would have dealt with it. If somebody's bumping over my head, if I'm attending somebody bumping over my head, the first thing I will do is when I see the person come downstairs, the first thing I will say is, what's all the bumping going on? Are y'all excited or something? You know what I'm saying? It's just how you come across things, you know? And I don't believe they came across things in a good way. Oh, why are y'all bumping? Do y'all need any help up there? Are y'all moving something? You know what I'm saying? You know, I would just make conversation with them, you know, to see why are they bumping. They could be moving stuff, or somebody could be falling, probably need help. You know what I'm saying? I won't walk up there, but I will wait till I see them to see what's wrong, you know? Because I don't go up to people's houses. I don't. You know, ever since that incident happened in my family where someone been kidnapped before, we don't even go to people. I don't even go to people's doors that I don't know. So I just wait till I see them to have a conversation. That's the best thing to do. I don't go knocking on their door. I just wait till I see them. If you're an office manager and you feel uncomfortable going to somebody's apartment and you know y'all ain't getting along, wait till you see them to ask some questions. That's the best thing to do. Wait till you see them. Oh, excuse me, I need to ask you a question. You said you had some mold issues. I don't mean to bother you right now, but you said you had some mold issues, miss. Where are the pictures for this? But then again, they already know about it because I sent them pictures. You know what I'm saying? So it's just how they handling things. I don't like the way this complex handled things. I don't like the manager. I don't like the way she handled the situations. First of all, she's not for tenants. She does not get along with her tenants. It sounds like she got favors with her tenants. Every tenant is paying her rent. Every tenant is paying her utilities. Every tenant selected your apartment. You're sitting up here talking up for staffs only? How did that sound? That's why I said this apartment is going to be one of those apartments that go abandoned. If she keep that attitude up of just speaking up for certain people, her apartment complex is going to be abandoned. What's a complex without people renting here? Forget about the staffs. See, when I was working a job, the manager always told me it's about the customers. He said, without the customers, we won't have a paycheck. Elizabeth at the Catalina Ridge don't think the way I think. She don't think the way Chicago people think. And she says she's from California. That's that California behavior I don't like. California women is very mean. Very mean women. California people have always been mean. That's why I say I don't like California, and I don't like white people from Mississippi. Because those people are mean. They're mean people. They don't think the way Chicago people think and the way New Yorkers think. New Yorkers and Chicago people think like this. Well, without people, we wouldn't have anything. You know what I'm saying? That's the way we think. You know? Girl, this complex is going to close down one day. God forbid. And this complex is going to close down. First of all, y'all got mold. The health department should be walking through here. And the first thing I would do as a health department, I would close you down. I will close you down. If you tell me that a tenant close is getting bit by mice, this is what Greenleaf manager told me. He said, maybe you got a mice in there, or maybe it's something else in there. If he would have told me that, do you know in Chicago, Illinois, we would have closed him down? If Fabian Figueroa would have said that to me, and if I was a health inspector, or if I was working for any type of housing, Girl, I will have that complex Greenleaf at Broadway shut down. I will remove all those tenants by going on the news. What do you mean you got rats going on in your apartment? You got rats taking over the apartments now? You got lizards taking over. You got insects and all these people take all them animals and stuff taking over. You got all them reptiles taking over. Animals and reptiles taking over your apartment. Are you serious? I'm finna close this motherfucker down. That's exactly the way I be looking. I'm gonna close this down. You tell somebody from Chicago that at the health department, they're gonna close you down. So he is a setup for failure. His mindset is a setup for failure. I wouldn't have told no tenant, oh, it must have been mice. Or I wouldn't have told no tenant that. Because the first thing she gonna do is run to the health department. And then probably go on news, make a whole big thing out of it. See, out there in Chicago, we closed down certain places like that. And I won't be surprised if this complex become abandoned. Some complexes are going to come abandoned in Tucson, Arizona. Mark my word what I said. Now, I'm speaking prophecy now. I am speaking prophecy. This complex, any complex here that lacks tenants' rights, that lacks the tenant safety, is going to become abandoned. You have tenants here. It ain't about your staff. It's about your tenants. That's why I said I don't like that lady Elizabeth. It's about your tenants. It ain't about no staffs. You have to get a paycheck, girl. So I don't think I'm gonna tell you right now, she gonna lose her job as soon as I leave here. She probably end up quitting because she was the wrong manager for this complex. She really was. She was the wrong one because she's more for her staffs. She's more for her staffs. That's not good. You supposed to be for your tenants. But thank you anyway for listening to the video. As you see, we are moving. I'm getting rid of some things I don't even need. Because I have to be out of here. I see you, and you have a great day.